Hi everybody, I'm Jim Shore. Today we're at my studio here in South Carolina, and I wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up on what is coming out very shortly in the spring. And what it is I think most of you are familiar with the artwork that I've done that is a little bit of a it's a change in coloration that we call the white woodland. Here's an example of it. I think you'll recognize it. It doesn't have my sort of the color palette that I use that's so wide. That's become sort of my trademark. But all the pieces are very neutral. There's soft grays, there's cream colors, there's ivory, a little touch of color here and there, but for the most part, it's neutral enough to where it can be used as a decor piece without, competing with the colors in your room, or without making too much of a statement like some of the collectible pieces that I've done that are more colorful. Colors become sort of my trademark, and this is a little bit of a departure from that, but I think it's a good departure, and it's been well received. So now what I've done is, rather than sticking solely with that application on Heartwood Creek and the pieces that are my core line, which, the Santas, the Angels, the St. Francis, and that sort of thing, I've started sort of playing around with the prospects of putting it on some of the co-brands. Our favorite co-brand, of course, is Disney. And so I want to show you, I don't have the pieces, however, they're in production, and they will be on the shelves for you to see firsthand this spring, which is just right around the corner. And I want to show you the examples. Now, these are the actual production drawings that I start out with, and most of you, I think, are familiar with the process. I start with a drawing so I can communicate, and then we go on to the actual sculpting and the carving and all that sort of thing, and then the mold making, and then production. So here we go. This is Jasmine from Aladdin, and the tiger is Raja. I think all of you will recognize him. Now, the kind of design work I put in this is kind of indicative of that era, or that area, the more Arabic, Middle Eastern look. And but the coloration, as you can see, and this is representative of the coloration that are on the pieces, which is more subtle and more subdued and more neutral. So, if you like that subject, this is going to be on the shelf shortly. This is a departure from that. It's the Disney gang that we're all so familiar with, and it's obviously a winter-oriented piece. Here they are, they're all building a snowman. This is a fairly complex piece because there's so many characters involved, and it's the kind of projects I actually like to do because there's a lot to it. You can really get your teeth into it, but once again, the coloration is, goes along that line of the white woodland coloration, which is, largely neutral. This is one of my very favorite pieces that'll be coming out, and this is Cinderella, and we've all seen the movie, I'm sure, and this is the scene where the birds are helping her with the getting ready for the ball and that sort of thing. And so the characters are represented, as is the pumpkin here, which is such an integral part of the story, making the transition from the pumpkin into the coach. So it's all part of the story. So I like to add a little bit of those touches in along with the pieces to sort of, create a continuity with the story itself. But this is neutral, except for the touch of color that we put in her blonde hair. And so typically on this, when we're doing the white woodland, we'll bring out a color of a leaf or a flower or some feature. And it adds a little bit of interest and a little bit of pop to the piece. So I think you'll like this one a lot. I do. This is one of my favorites. Now the one I'm going to show you now, this is not really even in production yet. So this is a real preview. You get the heads up on this before anybody else does. because typically I don't show these things until we're well into production and we're on our way and we've got the prototypes done and we've got everything all set to, to put on the shelf. But this time I'm making an exception because I want you to see this piece. This is Rapunzel, and once again, this is a very complex piece. This is her horse, Maximus, and it's covered with detail and it's covered with design work. And it's a very complex piece, but it's a very dynamic piece too. As you can see, there's a lot of flow to this. There's a lot of action, and it's like a snapshot in time. And so I'm very, very pleased with the way this is coming along. This is actually the creative part. I haven't finished the creative part of it yet, so it's still in the very, very infancy of this part of this piece. So you'll see this. And I want to show it to you as we progress along. And this time, before it's on the shelf, I'll show it to you in its finished piece, and you can say you've seen it from very start to finish. I think it'll be an interesting thing for you to see. And once again, it's in that kind of coloration. You're going to like this piece. Anyway, that's something that we've got going on that you'll be able to see pretty soon. We really enjoy it. It's very impactful, and the pieces that I have that are prototype pieces, even, we use them to decorate the house here. I think you'll enjoy it. Our family love them. I think your family will too. So, go by your favorite gift shop pretty soon, and you'll be able to see these pieces. I'll let you know how we progress with this as we go along. And until then, I want you to know it's been great being with you, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.